Marla, it's so humid. Let's get someone to conjure up a breeze.
Marla, burned. Well. Hello, my apologies. I didn't see you there. I am fine. Is there some reason I shouldn't be? Which is not to say I do not appreciate your concern. I do. I, like the other scholars here, am engaged in the study of the soul sciences. Was there something you needed, or may I return to my studies? I had a mishap with my machinery, but all is well now. The details are unimportant. I wish only to return to my studies. In any case, why are you here? I think, perhaps, that I would be grateful for the opportunity. Truly?
Whoa, you sure about that?
Thaklat, traveler. I am grateful. I have all that I need. You may depart at your leisure.
You don't mind if I talk and work, do you? What can I do for you? Not the coziest place for it, is it? But the open air, the lightning specifically, is a boon. Lets our mages have a rest now and then. Good test of the equipment too. We're working on making it less delicate. Our junior researchers are still a little soft. Glad you asked, amico. Very glad. We're very excited about the work here, and we are always looking for volunteers. We've catalogued a number of interesting properties unique to luminous Adra, but there are some very specific qualities we are investigating. Qualities that a Watcher happens to be uniquely suited to exploring. You're just what we're missing. Galarde, what a relief. You won't regret this. Let me run you through the theory, and we'll get to the test itself. Luminous Adra has special effects upon Kith. Even to the humblest, it offers some small improvements. Rejuvenation, vitality, the kind of thing you sell to people back home, eh? But what about those who have already harnessed their own essence? Consider the talented cutpurse, for instance, who can cross a room by slipping briefly into another place. The world between. Luminous Adra holds enormous quantities of essence, the kind of energy we can't replicate or restore. And these formations have a kind of connection to each other across the in-between. I believe we can harness this connection and your natural abilities to transport a person across great distances in a moment. Oh, good. You've done some experimenting on your own. A curious mind is a happy mind, I say. Can't mope about ghosts all day. We've collected a number of illuminating readings, and our machines are ready to harness the Adra's essence. But for the moment, we are effectively blind when it comes to targeting the next pillar. Now, if someone were capable of sensing that essence in the in-between, even of manipulating it, someone like a Watcher, for instance. Precisely right. We've had luck with shorter jumps, but those were as much spellcraft as science. The idea is for you to focus on the next connection point. The machine will use that new link between the Adra veins to create a tether, as well as provide the energy for you to jump effectively. What's really exciting is, so long as you are holding that connection open, your companions can jump alongside you.
Or they could hold things down here, make sure it's safe for you to come back.
The next pill is due east of here, in the middle of a farm. It's not as tall as this one, but you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. Oh, and don't worry, we paid the farmers.
There was that fellow that jumped a little too far over the edge.
Stop scaring our assistant. We'll get everything ready for you.
I shall. Come closer to the altar. Come inside. The temple welcomes all to worship, most especially you. I ask only for no talking. Not until we pay our respects to Bereth, to Rikuhu. Let us pray. Deity of life and death, the endless devourer who encompasses all existence, hear this prayer, this voice chiming. I beseech you, Kohopa and Tangaloa, to ready this shell for sucking. Purify my soul in preparation for the coming of the next cycle. Digest all of my devotion. Swallow my sorrows, even the smallest swell, so I can be spit on the morrow. And Rikuhu, Bereth, my god and goddess both, the eels that churn in ceaseless cycle, the new and the next, and blessed be and jubilation. All right. I will address your inquiries best as I can. So ask the same. Your word, Bereth. Our word, Rikuhu. We worship the twin deal, the cyclic connection of the overworld and the underworld. Life and death. Life is Kahopa, and Tangaloa is death. Born starving, they devoured all living things, swelling larger each. When they'd swallowed all of existence, they tried to eat each other next. Now all things pass through their entrails. The end of one enters the mouth of the next, from the underworld to the overworld and back. Again and again. Under the temple, carved in the mountain's caverns, lies an extraordinary maze of catacombs. So I've read. They're the hanging sepulchres, burial place for ancient Wana chieftains. The bodies are protected by Bareth's best, roaming, always, plus the ways sealed by the deity itself. Liturgies, instructions for ritual preparations, when and how, sermons, some histories too. All of this, it's our knowledge has gleaned through centuries of service. Now, I've got to leave it all behind for the next disciple. Better. The timing's getting tighter, and there is one thing before the end. Something only one touched by Bareth can do. I know you do. My eels, my infinity coil keeps rattling. Pendants resonating with your chime. I'd best not let this chance pass. There's a sacred text. The eulogy to Stair. It's been buried in the catacombs beneath the temple for centuries, next to his champions. I need it. Of course, the tombs, they only open to the dead, or those bearing Bareth's chime. I prayed for decades, night to day and night again. Now, here you are, just in time. Means Bareth sent you to see to my success. You're my best chance, or only, maybe. Take the coil. It'll open the crypts. Bring me Stair's eulogy, and I'll teach you all I know of Bareth's arcana. I'll tell you what I can. They're from the long-forgotten time, when there was only Juana living in the mountain. They got carved in even before the temple sprung up. Before there was Nekataka or a queen. They're well guarded, because not all of Bareth's dead like the rest in their graves. He's no Juana, nor a death godlike neither, but he was a high priest of Bareth. His hair was a Diran, a hunter, chasing the undead 200 years ago. Read somewhere, one tome, he sailed to the Deadfire for a weapon, abhorrent to Bareth. Said the blade held a power most fearful. Stair fought hard for it, won the blade, but suffered grievous wounds. Bareth kept him alive till he could make it to the temple's catacombs. His champions were the ones who wrote his eulogy. Later, they were buried in the sepulchres too. Don't know. Did hear he was slain with a coveted blade. The S-talk was an affront to Berath. That I did read. Ysera wanted to guard it with his soul and his always. You've got to go outside on the lower walkway. Doors sealed up tight, though. Priest before me. All death godlikes could open it. Door requires a coil, resonating with Berath's chime. But I haven't met a death godlike in my time. All right. I will address your inquiries. I'll tell you what I can. All right. The dead, with their souls, they roam still. The ones who were chosen by Berath. Not everyone's born so blessed. Sometimes, instead, you've got to die for it. End of the turn. I'm nearing it. Been working hard, preparing for weeks. You know, to die. But first, I've got to leave guidance for my apprentice, the next in the cycle. Chosen to lead. Been wasting away for months. Can't say it's been easy, dying so soon. I thought about stopping a few times. Maybe you can see. I'm no death godlike. Berath bestowed not one in my generation with a chime. Not the next, neither. A flawed messenger like me can't open the crypts. So my best chance is to die.
So scary.
So you defeated this ship-devouring beast all by yourself?
I'm telling you, you just have to aim for the eyes. You seen the view from up here?
As you like.
What is it? What's that belly thing is? I shall make it.
You might find this interesting.
Certainly. Yes.
Well, as long as I don't get caught. All done. Hey, watch out.
Oh, indeed.
Not even
There's
close.
a walloping!
Will do.
The season of harvest is here.
There's a walloping!
Take him down!
Very well.
Hey, that wasn't half bad.
What is it? What's that belly thing is?
Hey, sure.
That's unusual.
Hey, of course. Could be a fight.
I reap what I sow.
Stay behind me.
You might find this interesting. I shall make it so.
What do you need?
You might find this interesting.
As you like.
Yeah, don't see why not.
I see trouble.
I'm on it.
Not sure I can.
Pharaothus! Here we go.
I reap what I sow.
Finish them!
You should see this.
We got trouble, folks.
Stay behind me. Take that. That order's too tall.
Trouble.
Let's go!
There's a weapon!
Watcher. Been more'n a middling life worth since my flails got bathed in bloody gore.
Long and last. Is a right fine pleasure jawing with someone who cons proper prose.
Same to you, my noble sir. 'Tis rare and seendal for a kinsman to cross my brood these undead days. What's a braw happening?
Hey, that's great. Somebody else does this Ulmir's funny country talk.
Speak, then perish. Listen, you've a cause from birth to fare here. Then speak clear and true to what you rant, abutting your next and last breath. Curse her soul to nether in torture! Revan would have befouled birth, which a black pox on the oar that she whilom sought to vile ruin. I would aid any who hunt for Revan. Aye. Stay your death, then I will. Again now, speak. I connor well. What are you seeking to learn? Revan was a Darkotsi paladin. She defied Bereth, wielded a weapon nae meant for the hands of mortals. I hunted for Revan on the sword, from Valir to the Deadfire. Hinderly caught her, slew her, and took Bereth's weapon for warding. But Revan wouldn't keep dead. From sheer will and faith, she riz a monster, able to breed an army of undead. Turned Death Guard, Revan sailed with her undead army in her foul-some Fonferros. I tried to end them for good, but the battle turned against me. I tracked the ship's comings and caught a regular trail. So I sailed to meet Revan near the shadows of Dusk and Isle. Then I waited. A far fog neared despite the good winds. Revan's ship crept from the mist. The winds died off, the waters calmed, and the ghost ship routed my ambush. 'Twas a slaughter. I was mort wounded, but fled with Bereth's weapon, the Engoliero dos Spears. Came to the Temple of Nekataka to be buried. But I couldn't leave the sword unwarded, so I begged Bereth for another chance to serve my cause. I refused to die. Aye, 'twas a harsh choice, but I made it. Was willing to serve my deity by becoming what I hunted in her name.
Fie, I couldn't think her 12-bit dallying topside a shelter of stiff, unfailing sliver of being.
A kindred soul can be a true barn. Bethank ye. The weapon canna be allowed out in Aora. Needed to ward it for all time. But think you're deserving, do you? But in what way should I trust you now? Aye, the weapon canna be allowed out in Aora. Aye, or surely I wouldn't be standing. Aye then, I'll allow it. They priests need to be keeping the sacred rites of Bereth alive. There it lies in my burial grave. Aye, the weapon canna be allowed out in Aora. Needed to ward it for all time. But I canna keep it from the undead if I'm not undead myself.
As you like. I shall make it so.
Moths have been eating through all my good clothes lately. Just realized why.
Why? It wouldn't happen to be on account of my lantern, would it?
I know you think it's funny, but the moths are so big here.
Coming along well, is it? It can be dangerous down there. So I read. I never went yet. But I will after I die. Had heard, but knew no. Is it true? Stair is a death god. So, under the right duress, it can be done. Yes, the fate that awaits me. Then I will walk within the catacombs beneath the temple. Finally, I'll be one of Bereth's chosen, blessed for always.
May your God have mercy on your soul.
You gotta get this fella to a brothel.
It's too late to stop it. I'm going to die either way. We will speak again, after my acolyte has gouged my heart from my chest. The cutting and the chants will work. You'll see. All right. I will address your inquiries, best as I can. So ask. Give them here. Truly, you are Bereth's champion. Yet you will not die soon. There is work ahead for you. I set these aside for you. Old keepsakes from another time. Bereth holds you close. Perhaps in helping you. I'll tell you what I can. All right.
Be welcome. We gather to honor the goddess. For we must earn the strength to endure the darkest of life's battles. Follow the path as it climbs the mountain, all the way to the Serpent's Crown. You will see it. It is an opportunity to learn. What good is a fighter who knows how to defend against a single enemy? If we must one day fight one another, such is Margran's will. Each obstacle is a challenge we must answer. These are whetstones that sharpen us into fine blades. The Kira, rain and wind, is a better teacher than any priest. A fighter accustomed to comfort earns only bruises. Do you believe so? It is not in might alone that Margran holds influence. There is purpose, conviction, achievement. You may honor her in many ways.
Gone, shed light upon my path.
So it is you. I could not think of a reason why your ghost should haunt the Deadfire, save to haunt me. And that smacks of arrogance. Sister. Another collection of spirits? The rumor was that Cadnua was destroyed, and you with it. I was sorry to hear it. A safe assumption. But then I might say the same. Wherever the gods work their intent, there you find the Watcher of Cadnua.
I think he's onto something there. Maybe all this is happening because the gods are playing a joke on you.
I would not say it as a jest. When the priest spoke of Aethys' return, I volunteered to come, along with a few of my men. I think the Morning Council was content to have me out of the way. That's putting it all very simply. But then, I suspect few of us have simple reasons for coming to the Deadfire. Each missive from the Deadfire raises new tumult. Some believe our Lord restored, while others doubt. We've done penance for many long years. None of us know what forgiveness ought to look like.
It doesn't seem like Aethys has his mind on forgiveness these days.
That sword was only meant to keep you alive through your ordeal. It's fulfilled its purpose. I don't know. I came here on a pilgrimage of a kind. Nekataka is full of spirits. And the sea, where to begin?
Self-loathing is a blight on the soul, Adaric. Don't make your journey through hell darker than it has to be.
You're right, of course, sister. You are a watcher still, yet you are neither mad nor killed. It's good to see.
It's something else.
Ha! No. The Iron Flail has no official business in Nekataka. No siege weapons. I'm here as a man of the faith. And to make good on some of my mistakes. So, his appearance has renewed your faith as well. I think for once I am content to wait. If our God wishes to speak with us, wishes anything of us, he will give us a sign. The priests pray daily for it. Stop him.
The plan is to ask him real nicely.
I see. I will say only that this too must have a purpose. The Shining God would not bring such destruction without cause. Yet, if this were punishment for our failure, surely he had worthier targets. Each missive from...
It doesn't seem like Aethys has...
Take care. And may the Shining God light your way.
It's you.
Here's where I do the ritual.
Gone.
Right there, under the statue of Gone.
Surely as I do.
I can't believe it. Is that really you? And Adair, you made it out of Gilded Vale for good then. I'm glad.
A lot more might have made it out if you hadn't left him for dead.
I haven't forgotten. It's why I'm here, Adair. I kept to my word. I started trying to help around town like you told me. When the Hollowborn curse ended, it was like... You can't imagine what that meant to everyone. We had some good years. Then word came through that the Dawn Stars were coming out here. That the Shattered God was back to being the Shining God. Blazes, I tossed and turned about it. I figured there couldn't be a clearer sign. So now I'm doing what I can. Handing out food mostly, or delivering supplies. Familiar work, I guess. Took some getting used to, working shoulder to shoulder with Raid Sarens, but it's not so hard as you'd think. Feels like I'm on the right path. Toward a little piece of redemption, maybe? You too, eh? Don't know what you have to be sorry for. Would be nice to get some answers, maybe. Or forgiveness. For getting his people killed. I don't know. Doing my best, Lord.
Good luck out there.
I've never seen a temp take care.
Nothing like a homecoming to make a girl remember her roots, even if they are dried up and half dead. Sometimes I wonder if my brethren don't think I got black ichor running in my veins. Suppose they do. Suppose sometimes people do bad things in the name of their gods. But my brethren do more good than bad, and more good than most. Besides, I often don't understand you, Watcher, but I ain't afraid of you. Is it? Sakes alive. You shouldn't be so fine to me, Watcher. Makes me think untoward things. Gives me notions I don't need to be getting. I can't risk straying when I got a duty to gone. All right. Yeah, I'm ready. I've done this before, but never with such a full lantern. You may want to stand back. The experience can be somewhat intense. Don't know if I feel cleaner, but I feel something. Blessed for sure. Let's just hope it lasts. 'Cause my lantern feels as heavy as ever. Full to brimming with essence. Like dark water spilling over my mind. Why do you think the god of rebirth held an aspect of death within him? You can't have life without dying. There ain't no beginning without a prior ending. Ain't no day without night, no spring without fall. You can't grow crops if you never harvest for seeds. Aethys is dead, and gone is the death before life. He's the ripeness before the fall. That lumbering hunk of Audra might claim to be Aethys, but that doesn't matter a whit. He died, so he can't be Aethys anymore. Death changes every soul, even a god's, and if it doesn't, it should. I was born to reap souls and lead them to the light. Now with Aethys dead, and these dire visions, I think I need to shield them from a hell gone dark. But the more I gather, the more my mind turns to tatters. God knows I'm trying. It ain't so easy. You could help. Give me a holler when a lost soul is near. All right, I'll be right behind you.
Hungry? Come on up. Don't be shy. The Shining God will bless you for it, sir. That coin will help those in need.
Here for a meal? Just get in line, dear. Ain't no trick to it.
Hey, there's a lady I'm looking for. Came from Deerwood. Short, got a bad temper. It goes by Alava Mazzy. Heard of her?
I know an Alava, but that ain't a surname.
No?
Not real warm, that one. Stop by unannounced, you get a pistol up your nose when she answers the door.
Yeah, that's her. So, she's living with her, husband, then?
Not that I noticed.
Huh. Well, must be laying low.
Just that boy of hers.
She's got a son? How old would you say? Like a little boy?
I'd be happy to help you with the math.
Oh, I couldn't say. It's been years. He must be a young man by now.
Wow, that's something. Well, thanks for your help.
Don't you want to know where to find her?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
She's in Hasongo, last I heard. Got a little plot of land out there.
I guess we'll look that way then. Much obliged.
Jody, I do hope you're not getting into trouble now.
Who, me? No, I wouldn't dream of it.
Do swine stink like shit? I'm guessing you're not here to worship. Then what can I do for you? Oh, yes. People are afraid, angry. Change can be frightening. But what did any of us come here for? If not a new beginning. No more than anywhere else. No sense fighting it. The water sustains our faith, surely as it does these trees.
Gone's the only one that matters.
The Shining God's got many faces, but they're all his to wear. Divine King Widewind, he saw the dawn stars, telling him of things to come. But it's gone with sickle and lantern that's come to the Deadfire. Our God's returned, and he's gonna bring balance to the world. He's gonna right all the wrongs we have suffered. Dawn will bring a new beginning for all of us when that hour comes.
As you like.
You know how I've been saying there's nothing more important to me than us freeing you from Bareth's bonds? Well, I meant that. I did. But there's this other thing I need to see about. On the way, like. I was gonna tell you. Thanks. I'm not sure I could anyway. This woman, well, love's not the right word. But she was something to me once, back in Gilded Vale. Once Theos was gone, there wasn't much keeping me in Deerwood. Thought I'd be happier in Adir, where my folks had gone. It was nice seeing them again. Been almost since the war, but I didn't belong. Found I couldn't talk to anyone. Not just because of the funny way Adirans talk.
We merely swallow our food first.
Over there, across the ocean, it's like nothing I'd been through ever happened. Not the war, not the legacy. Even my parents missed most of it. And I'm glad about that. But all we had to talk about was stuff from when I was a boy. Then I thought of somebody I knew I could talk to. Maybe the last person. And just like that, I was back on a boat, going the other way. Last I saw her, she was going to New Hayamar. Went looking for her there, only to find that she'd left a long time ago. Anyway, I don't expect you to understand. But I gotta know she ended up all right. Yeah, that's something. Coming out of Deerwood during that time. When I knew her, she had another little boy, just a baby. But the legacy deprived him of a proper life. I never found out what happened to him. But with the Hollowborn, you didn't have to ask. Guess he got a brother, though. No, but I don't see a way to let this go. Least a way's not now. Last time I saw Lava, we got friendly. Now she's got a son. Nothing personal, but I don't know that there will be an after. Even though you may be the only one I wouldn't bet against. I followed you once when there was something you had to do to put your soul at ease. You went through a lot, but we did it. Now I'm asking you to let me see to mine.
Bleeding me dry. All I needed was a few damn components. What? I haven't the time necessary to illuminate you. Be on your way. Oh, not this again. There's a dozen of you fools in every city.
Need something stronger. Hey, that wasn't half bad.
Oh, indeed. Try something else.